Boom, and we are now live. Just give it a quick minute or two just to let a few of you filter in, and then we'll get into things. If you are in here, just give me a quick mic and a video check. Can you see me okay? Can you hear me okay? Let me know. Just leave a comment in the live chat. If you have joined in here, do go ahead and give this live stream a big thumbs up. Really does help me out, and it shows your appreciation, helps get this live stream out to a broader audience. I'm just going to play around with a few settings, make sure we have everything set up properly. Okie doke, looking pretty good. And I can see we have 6 people in here right now. So, yeah, guys, if you have not already done so, do give this live stream a big thumbs up. It's massively appreciated. You may not think doing something as small as giving the live stream a thumbs up, you may not think it actually does anything, but it does. It helps recommend this live stream to a broader audience. And yeah, I have quite a lot to talk about today. A few things have happened over the past few days, and I want to give you guys a massive update with regards to what is actually happening on the channel. I've had so many people asking me what is happening with this car, what's happening with that car. When can we expect videos on, the broken 320D and so forth. So yeah, I want to hopefully try and answer any questions that you guys have today. And yeah, just to give you guys an update as to what you can expect coming here on the channel in the near future. So I'm guessing that you guys can hear me and see me okay. I can see a couple of you guys are commenting here in the live chat. Like I said, if you have not already done so, I can see we've got 22 people in here right now. Do go ahead and give this live stream a thumbs up, hit the like button. It really doesn't cost a penny. But it's just your way of showing some appreciation. Okay, so just going to go through a couple of the comments real quick. We have David here. Actually, let's get this on StreamYard, so I'm going to put them on the screen. David, how's it going? He says, hi, George. How's it going, David? Hope you're well. Alex Fitz, hey, George. How's it going? Hey, George. Hope everything is well. Well, like I said, there has been a few things that have happened over the past few days, but I'm well. One or more of the cars may not be there, but yeah, I'll maybe go into a little bit of detail later on in the stream. Where is the 46 320D? Mohammed, good question. I've had a lot of people asking me about this car, and if you want to know where it is, it's still on my driveway. But the good news is, for anybody that is wondering, I'm planning on doing some work on it in the next week or so. So do expect a video on that pretty soon. Of course, Randy, how's it going? Hi, George. Hope you're well, mate. Yes, like I said, I am pretty good myself. Pretty tired because I don't know if you guys have been following me on Instagram, but I put a couple of stories up just to kind of let you guys know what I'm working on right at this second. And yeah, I was working on the X5 for about 3 or 4 days straight, and literally like just full complete days, like 18-hour days. And I didn't get any sleep, and I was out working up until midnight out in the freezing cold. Like, I'm not asking for sympathy, but yeah, I'm just a bit tired. I think I need a couple of days to rest and recuperate, but yeah, overall I'm pretty good. SA, hello, George. How's it going, SA? I guess, yeah, you can hear me and see me okay. Why does the E90 stop-start light come up, George? Recent problem. Have you replaced your battery lately? Chances are your battery may be on its way out. You may have low voltage. That's usually the reason that the start-stop system has issues. It's usually down to the battery. Sound is perfect. Good stuff. JX says, what is going to happen to the E66 760 Ally? Great car. Well, for the near future, like, I'm planning on keeping it at least. Still not finished. You know, the amount of work that we put into it, the amount of effort and the money that was spent on it, it's yeah, it's not getting sold anytime soon. In the, you know, distant future, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. Whether or not I am just going to sell it, you know, whether or not I am just going to, you know, maybe do a raffle or something like that, or maybe give it away to one of you guys. I really don't know yet. I need to have a good think. But yeah, like I said, the car isn't even finished yet. I want to get that absolutely perfect. There's quite a few things left to do on it. Haven't seen anything on the 760 since you got it back from Germany. Any news? Any news on the 760? Like, yeah, I mean, it's all good. There's no issues with it. I don't think I actually shown you guys in the video, but the broken under trays and all that, I got all brand new ones. I replaced them. And yeah, that's all good. Actually took it for an MOT and it passed. No advisories whatsoever, which you really can't complain, can you? With a 20-year-old V12 BMW, you know, no advisories. It just goes to show the work that I've put into the thing has paid off for sure. Oh, by the way, where exactly in the country are you from? So I'm from Coventry, basically. Hopefully that answers your questions. I'm from the Midlands. Blue Terrier says, hello. How's it going, Blue Terrier? T5 Jerry says, scrap my E6520D champ. Bottom end started knocking. Oh, dear. N47 or M47? That is not good. I mean, if that is a, you know, like we're talking a rod bearing failure, that is, I just don't get how a diesel can fail, you know, a rod bearing. You know, they're not high revving. It's either been like driven hard from cold, or it hasn't had regular oil changes, or it's got contamination in the oil. I don't, you know, it's got to be one of those. Where's the Mini at in terms of progress? Andy Gore, good question. I'm making pretty good progress on it, to be honest. Have you saw the block rebuild, the full block rebuild? That took like so long to do. I done it over a number of weeks and took a long time to edit as well. I had to get like 5 hours of footage down into like an hour and 6, I think it is. But obviously the block's built. I'm pretty much there or thereabouts with part 2 of the engine rebuild. So maybe expect a video on that in the next week or two. Are you looking forward to Christmas? I mean, yeah, sure. I'm not you know, I'm definitely not a Scrooge, but I'm not like a massive festive person. I wouldn't say it's like amazing to me. I enjoy spending time with the family. I enjoy having a little bit of time off, but yeah, I'm not a massive Christmas person, if I'm being honest. I think I have a start-stop issue on my E90 as well. Driving on a fast road, 50 miles per hour, it seems the start-stop kills the engine between gear shifts and displays a normal start-stop message on the dash. Yeah, to be honest, like start-stop technology, it's really not that great. It puts more wear on your starter motor, puts more wear on the battery itself. And if it was me, I would just code it out. I wouldn't bother with it. N47, never again, says Jerry. Wow, not good. I'm all right, thanks. How are you doing? Painful day for us both. So yeah, you could say that again, Blue Terrier. I did not think we was going to lose a 3-0 lead, but we'll move on to the next one. You know, a point against Swansea is not the end of the world, is it? But we do need a good result now against both West Brom and Sheffield United. So we'll see what happens against them. I'm not worried or concerned one bit though. I still think we'll get promoted, and I know you think I'm deluded, but we'll see what happens at the end of the season. Going to hello George, hope you are doing well. I am thinking about replacing the regular lights on my BMW E81 to the Xenon black angle ones. Do you know what I would need for this replacement? Obviously you're going to need the headlights themselves, including the ballasts and everything. You're also more than likely for sure going to need additional wiring. Yeah, you're going to probably have to cut and splice a few wires, change some plugs over and things. And then also you're going to have to code them as well. They're going to have to be coded to the car. I have an idea for a project. Try working on a Travel West Midlands MCW Metro bus. I think you would enjoy it. I definitely don't need another project at the moment. Good evening, George. Hope you're well. Hopefully Santa is on its way with an E60 M5. You know what? No, I'm not even going to say, but I want one of them cars so bad. Like I've been wanting one of them for at least the past 5 years now. But we'll keep working. We'll keep chipping away at things, and maybe one day I will be able to own such a car. My 760 failed its first ever MOT, ruptured rear air springs. To be fair, it did have 201,000 miles on it by then. Oh, Rich, I think I remember you saying about this, actually. I don't know if you commented on a post or something, but I'm sure I remember you saying about this. Like it done 201,000 miles within its first few years or something. It's ridiculous. N52 2.3 I done 137,000 miles. Will I get much more? Yes, much more. You get at least 300,000 miles for an M52 with just regular oil changes. Xmas is great for the kids. Exactly that. I'm trying to get through these comments, but they just keep coming and going. And is there anything else I need to think about when replacing regular headlights to Xenon black angle headlights? I mean, I'm pretty sure I just cleared everything up. Guys, just another quick reminder, if you have not already done so, I can see you got 24 of you in here right now, and there's only 18 of you that have actually clicked the like button. So guys, do me a massive favor, hit the thumbs up button. It really does help me out more than you know. If you're wondering where the thumbs up button is, if you're watching this on a computer, it will definitely be below the live stream. If you're watching this on a phone, you may have to rotate your phone, and I'm sure it'll be somewhere on a TV. I don't know. Good luck. I mean, if you're watching me right now on a TV, then hello to everyone out there. But yeah, guys, do hit that like button for me. Just redone a new engine on the E90. Only 91k miles. Timing chain done. EGR done. EGR coolant blank off. Got the new inlet manifold without the flaps installed. All seals and gaskets done. Had a leak on. Good stuff. The oil filter housing and leaky sump nut. M47. Yeah. But once it's done, it's going to be a good, reliable, efficient engine for you. Could have been worse, champ. Could have been Forno. Exactly. Splicing wiring, that gives me an idea. My 760 has no fridge, oddly, and no rear iDrive controller either, let alone screen. Would it be feasible to add? You know what? My 760 does not have these either. I was thinking of retrofitting them, but it's really not worth the hassle. When all is said and done, those features, of course, they're nice, and people like, all these spec items when it comes to buying a car. But when are you actually ever going to use, those features, especially in a 20-year-old BMW? Like, chances are your passengers in the rear, they're not going to want to play around with the iDrive that's 20 years old. And, a fridge in a car, again, it's nice to have. How often are you actually going to use it? If you are thinking of retrofitting a fridge into your car, you either have to have the AC the rear AC option. If you don't, then there is another way. You basically have a compressor type fridge, but that will take up, I was going to say that will take up more space in your boot, but I think, any fridge will take up more space in your boot anyway. So there's pluses and minuses of having the fridge, of course. The negative thing is obviously you are going to have a smaller boot space. So honestly, I really just wouldn't bother with the fridge or the rear iDrive screen. It's just not needed. I kind of don't like how the rear iDrive screen sits as well, because obviously when it's up, it's fine, but when it's down, it sort of looks like it's, I don't know, I don't like how it sits. It's like it needs to sit more flush, but yeah, it's a bit weird. All Talk says, as I've said before, now is a decent time to buy them. I've seen a couple pop up at sensible money this month. I'm considering buying another one myself, missing the V10 classic in the making. Yeah, I've said it for so long. It's definitely going to be a future classic, but money's tight, and I guess it is for a lot of people at the moment. Like you said, you can buy cars now for probably a pretty good price, but people are struggling at the moment. They're not doing too good financially. So yeah, it is what it is. The state of the market and economy have got me thinking more than usual about which classics or future classics will book the trend financially. Interesting times, but parts of the market are flat. On the E38, those types of features bring big money now. The fridge and rear TV and rear picnic tables, in particular the folding writing desks. Having been a rear passenger, I'd actually use that stuff, but it's such a hassle, not worth it. No rear AC, long wheelbase. Mileage suggests it was a corporate limo, weird spec. Yeah. I mean, like I said, everyone's, got their own opinion. They're obviously going to choose to have what they want in their cars. For me, it's not really something I would be that first in having. Where are we then? So I think we've got to all of the comments. Another quick reminder, if you haven't already done so, hit the like button. I can see we have a few spammy comments here. We're just going to hide all of these. Yeah, done. And I'm just going to take a short break while I have a drink and eat a donut. If you have any questions in the meantime, please do fire away. Okay, so a little break's over. Let's have a talk about the plan for all of the project cars. I need to kind of take stock of what I'm actually working on at the moment. So, of course, let's go in order of BMW series. So 1 Series, I don't plan on ever selling that car. Going to be doing some pretty extensive work on that next year. Going to be pretty much nut and bolt restoring it. Probably going to start with the underside, take the subframes off, replace all the suspension components, bushes. Yeah, completely, get rid of any rust. I know the rear subframe, they suffer pretty bad. They're steel, front one's aluminium, so it's not a problem. And then I think the car needs a full respray. I don't think it needs it needs a full respray. So I plan on getting that done at some time. And then I'm kind of in two minds as to whether or not to rebuild the engine. It would kind of seem silly to rebuild it completely because, like, it's fine. There's not really any issues, any issues that I've noticed. But there is always the fact that you don't really know the history of it. Obviously, you know the service history, so to speak, but you don't know how it's been treated in the past. So, and I also know that it has had a few extended oil changes, so there is a bit of like carbon buildup in the head. So it would be nice to get that all sort of cleaned up. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what we're like for money and everything. How far I go with that. But yeah, I'm thinking of making that a semi-daily, semi sort of track car, for me to, maybe take to the Nürburgring or something. And yeah, I want to completely upgrade the interior as well. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad spec. It's actually very highly spec'd for a 1 Series. It has heated seats. It has parking sensors front and rear. No iDrive though. So I'm sort of thinking of retrofitting the CI drive to it, which in a BMW 1 Series, like very, very rare. That's like hen's teeth, for a 1 Series. Oh, what a legend. Gain. So we have our first super chat / super sticker of the day. For the future M5 E60, what do you like so much about this car? Oh, you are a legend. You know what? That is going straight into the BMW E60 M5 pot right there. And yes, believe it or not, I do have a pot ready for that car. So yeah, you're a legend. Thank you very much. What do I like so much about this car? I don't know. Like the E60 itself, I just am completely in love with that styling. You guys know I had the 520D. It's actually my dad's car now. And yeah, I just love everything about the styling. I love it from the side, love it from the front, from the back, the lights, everything. It's just like a timeless design, in my opinion. The E60 shape now, the LCI is 15 years old. Obviously, the LCI was in 2007. And I think it just still looks like so good today. So that's what I love about the E60 itself. Now, what I love about the M5, let's be honest, it's the engine. It's the only V10 engine BMW have ever produced, and they're obviously never going to produce another one. It just sounds so, so good. It's one of the best sounding production cars out there. And yeah, like so comfortable, so like just all round great cars the E60s are. And yeah, the E60 M5 would just be on another level completely. But yeah, let me just go back to what I was saying. So I pretty much cleared up the 1 Series, I think, didn't I? The 130i. So obviously this live stream is an update on all the project cars. So what's next in the series? I guess the 3 Series, the E46, which was the first car in an entirely new series, which is trading my way up to my dream supercar. You'll probably think that the series has already stalled. Don't worry, it hasn't. I have obviously taken a few weeks, maybe a month, maybe even 2 months away from it, but it hasn't stopped. Like, we're still proceeding ahead with things. But I did definitely need to take a step back from that car. You guys know that I spent, quite a bit of money on it straight away. and we still didn't really fix our issue. Funny story, actually. It's been sitting for a number of weeks. Went started up the other day, and it fired straight up. So it's I think it's a good car, and I think it's worth saving. So yeah, we are going to proceed with that. I'll more than likely get onto it next week at some point, although I have a pretty busy week next week. But yeah, we are going to have to do some more work to it. I have a bunch of parts still to do to it. I have like a new downpipe for it, new glow plugs, new glow plug module, and we'll probably do a bit of a service to it as well. But yeah, we need to get to the bottom of the issue first, which is that it cuts out, it stalls after around 30 minutes or so. And yeah, it's obviously not ideal, but I'm kind of half tempted to just put it on the road and just drive it and see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I think. But yeah, that's basically the plan with the 3 Series. What's next? Trying to keep things in order. 7 Series. It's got to be right. So the 7 Series. Oh, what a legend. Miroslav Jankovic. Sorry, I probably pronounced your name wrong, sir. HRK 50. No idea how much it is, but again, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated, as always. Again, I can put that into the E60M5 fund. But yeah, thank you, mate. Greatly appreciated. What was we saying? Yeah, talking about the 7 Series. So I'll pretty much explain what's going on with the 7 Series. I need to get some paint work done to it. There is a dent in one of the rear doors. It's gone through the paint. It's not like something I can just pull out. And yeah, I was kind of in two minds. I wasn't really sure about whether to just replace the door or to get it painted. But then I was sort of thinking, if I just replace the door and it's not a perfect color match, then it might look a bit odd. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe just to get it painted. So yeah, it needs that. It needs 2 new wing mirrors. Well, it needs at least the wing mirror glasses, and they're ridiculously priced. Like just for the glass on one wing mirror, you're looking at like £200 to £300. Don't tell me why, but they are auto dimming. They're obviously heated and power fold, but they're also auto dimming and maybe something else as well. I'm not too sure, but obviously it's a 760 Ally, so they're top of the line wing mirrors, and yeah, the glass is not cheap for them, so that's going to be fun. What else? I'm possibly thinking of getting rid of the chrome trim around the windows and just going to a gloss black. I think that would look quite nice. The boot, the tailgate is not staying up, so I'm thinking it is actually down to the dampers, the shock absorbers for the tailgate. There's 2 things that it could be. It could either be that, or it could be the fact that you're leaking fluid from the hydraulic motor. I don't think it is that though. I've actually checked the level and it's already at the max. So yeah, I don't think it's that. So I'm thinking of swapping out the struts in them. And then in terms of the interior, like just a couple, it's mainly trim pieces really, like like all the scratchy plastic, like the plastic coating that sort of peels off all the interior trim pieces. I'm gonna like sand all that back and spray it all up so that all looks like brand new. I have like the proper spray coating as well. Don't worry, I'm not just gonna like spray gloss black or something. And then yeah, like I said, it's just like trim pieces then really. I have the rear ski option, like hatch in between the rear seats. And for whatever reason, somebody's broke that trim. It was like that when I bought the car, that trim's broke. But again, it's only a direct from BMW part, and that's like, I think it's like £300. Again, ridiculous just for a little bit piece of plastic, but it's one of them things that I would want to fix. And then I think we need an ask unit trim, because obviously I've done the LCI swap. And yeah, obviously I don't have one there at the moment. The center console trim as well, I'm going to have to replace that, because I plan on doing the LCI iDrive controller with the menu button as well. I also want to do the aux retrofit, which I already have everything coded. I just need to do the physical wire to the ask unit. And I think that's about it, to be honest. Like, it's pretty good, the car. Like, I've done all the maintenance items. It's looking pretty good. Obviously, the wheels and tires are done. The brakes are all done. Yeah, we're doing all the control arms. So we are looking pretty good with that car. Obviously, you guys know I've drove it all the way to Germany, took around the Nürburgring twice, and yeah, performed flawlessly. So yeah, the car's pretty well sorted, to be honest. So yeah, that's the 7 Series. Then I guess we should move on to the X5. And yeah, this is a car that I've been working on a lot lately. And tell you what, it is probably the worst car that I've ever owned, ever worked on, should I say. It is an absolute nightmare. I always say to people when they say, should I get an X-Drive BMW? I always say no, do not get an X-Drive BMW. The fact that when it comes to maintenance, you're going to have so much more, wear on items. You're going to wear all 4 tires quickly. You are going to have, obviously you have front drive shaft, you have a front differential. And when it comes to maintenance, when it comes to working on the thing, everything is just so much harder. Everything's so much more compact, and it's just a nightmare. Like, an X5 is not a car that I enjoy working on at all. I actually have some pretty big news on that car. Not good news, but we're hoping to make it into we're hoping to make it into a good situation. So yeah, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned with that, and you'll see the videos in due course. I can't really give too much away, just in case things don't really work out how I want them to. But yeah, just stay tuned to the videos, on the X5. And yeah, that's that pretty much done. And then I guess it just leaves the R56 Mini Cooper S, which, guys, let me know in the comments. Are you interested in seeing the R56 Mini Cooper S? It's a bit of a different one, because it's not really like any BMW out there. I guess you're only going to want to watch the content if you like minis, right? It's not like any of the BMW. So yeah, I am looking forward to getting that done. I do want to try and get it done this month if possible, but I keep saying that, to be honest. But it's just difficult, because it's obviously at my parents' house, and when I go over there, I can only obviously do a little bit at a time. So it just takes time to get it done. But I'd say we're on the home straight when it comes to getting the engine rebuilt. We're obviously done all the hard work, hopefully, fingers crossed. And it's just a case of, cracking on and getting things done. But I don't want to rush things. I don't want to, rush the videos. I still want to try and make sure it's step by step, and I'm including everything for you guys, because that's one of the things that I wanted to set out and do with that car and with that engine. Is I wanted to make sure that everything was documented, and sort of my videos could be the go-to videos for, Mini a mini N14 or N18 engine rebuild, because yeah, there's engine rebuild videos already on YouTube, but they don't really go into detail. They either don't even talk in the video, they don't even explain what they're doing, or it's just like time lapse and it's just like massively skipped through. So yeah, hopefully what I'm doing, I'm trying to bring things into as much detail as possible, and hopefully, like, if you're trying to follow along, it's it's easy enough to do so. So yeah, basically once the mini engine is rebuilt, I can go back in. Hopefully it fires up, hopefully it doesn't blow up, and it's been a success. But then of course we need to get it back on the road. It needs to be taxed, insured, MOT'd, and then we need to do all of the things like the air conditioning that needs to be regassed. We need to run the engine in, so give it 500 miles of running period, and then we obviously need to change the oil, and then we'll look at whatever else the car needs. But then after that, I'm probably going to take the car off the road again and then tackle the rear subframe, because the rear subframe on those suffer from rust pretty bad, so I've heard. And because they're steel along with the front, but obviously I've already tackled the front. I thought I'd do that while the engine was out, just make it a lot easier. And then I think I'll probably overhaul the brakes, and yeah, then we'll see. But yeah, some good news. I've sourced a set of wheels and I've already got them refurbished. I've already got new tires and everything. I've obviously got the best of the best, because why skimp on tires? They're definitely something you don't want to skimp on. But yeah, they're all ready and waiting to go back on once we have the engine rebuilt. So yeah, hopefully that clears up a few things. Hopefully that answers any questions. I know you guys are still going to ask questions now, but I'm here to answer them. So feel free to get some questions down in the live chat. And yeah, thanks to everyone who has shown some support on this live stream. If you haven't already, do hit that like button. And yeah, let's get back to the live chat. Where was we? See you struggling in midweek. You struggled to beat Coburn's system last season. West Brom squad is twice as strong as ours. We'll see. Wish I had full ownership history for my car. Averaging 67,000 miles a year for 3 years is just by me. Yeah, it is. That's like over 1,000 miles a week, every single week. So that's got to have, been sort of long distance chauffeuring like every single day. Hey George, it's Turbo Tim here. How's it going, Turbo Tim? Hello, how are you? E82 118D M47 engine, diesel, smell on exhaust, no smoke, glow plugs and module. Am I right? Thank you. Diesel smell on exhaust. That's pretty normal. A diesel smell from your exhaust. Try and be a bit more specific there. DPF and EGR is off. Yeah, if you've removed your DPF, you are gonna have a slight diesel smell from your exhaust. Thanks for answering my previous question, by the way. No, you're welcome. No worries. I appreciate the donation. Hello, George. If I buy an F25 X3 2013 with 250k kilometers, it's a 35D, 313 horsepower. Would you like to do some work / videos on that car then? Unfortunately, definitely not. After the experience of working on the X5, I'm gonna have to politely decline, unfortunately. E39 is still the best M5 though. You know what? E39 does come as a close second to the E60. I will give it that. And I don't even know what would come third, to be honest. I really don't. It's definitely none of the newer stuff. I mean, you'd probably have to say like E34, wouldn't you? So yeah, you probably go like each better one actually goes further back. I wouldn't say F10, I wouldn't say F90. But yeah, E39, they are, they sound sweet and very capable cars even now. Hi George, hope all is well. Yes, David, all good, thank you. M5 dream car maybe one day. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? The S85 is an engine that really benefits from a rebuild with a stroker crank. Biggest I've heard of is almost 6 litres, 94 mil bore, 86 mil stroke. Gives it way more torque, but it can still rev. Yeah, I have heard of a couple of people strokering them engines, but I don't know if you're talking mega money. It's, you're talking at the price of the car again to do all that. George, I have an R56S and an E90 330D, and I love them, but it's time to move on in 2023. Dazzler, what are you thinking of getting next then? Of all your cars, which one do you prefer to drive? It really depends. Like, in terms of just fun, like pure fun, I'd say the 130i, because it's a relatively high revving, naturally aspirated petrol. In terms of comfort, I'd say the 7 Series. So yeah, it really depends on the situation. Croatian Kuna. Yes, I guess that's what that is. Yes, you asked the question. Yes, I think that was the question I wasn't sure about. Diesel smell on exhaust. That's yeah, it's normal. If you're asking like you're having a diesel smell from the exhaust, it's normal, especially if you've removed the DPF. LCD auto dim mirrors, yes, on the 7 Series, yeah. Take the 760 to the smallest car. Get Neil Greenhouse to paint it in his smart new oven. Aren't the E66 mirrors the same as E46 coupe mirrors? I think so, possibly, but the glass is definitely not the same. And it's the glass what costs the money. Gas structure, yeah, that's what I need for the 7. Bit of telly fame for the 7 would be great for it and for you. Yeah, I can't imagine that they would like to paint my 7 Series, if I'm honest. I could be wrong, but if anyone wants to set that up, then feel free, and I'll be more than happy to take that along. Get the trim pieces wrapped. I do mine perfect. I'm not talking about the trim pieces, like the wood trim. I'm talking about like everything else basically in the car, like the kick plates, the B pillar trims and all that. Like I wouldn't wrap that. That wouldn't look that great, if I'm honest. Auto, you are right. Let's just move away from an X5. Yeah, let's. SUVs are horrible. Get rid of the X5 and spend the money on the other cars. Pretty good news on an X5. Drove it into. Oh wow. Yes, the rebuild of the motor, very interesting. I appreciate that garage fix. Yeah, bring on the Mini. Like I said, expect a video in the next couple of weeks. Hi George, any content is worth a watch. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, Stephen. Thank you very much. Do you miss the E60? Yes, a little bit, but I'm sure I'll have another at some point. Just finished the subframe and rear end upgrade on mine. In front of the fuel tank will be rusty as well. Not a good job to do lying on your back. Good luck. Oh yes, I'm not looking forward to doing that, especially if it's in the freezing cold and it's a wet ground. That's not fun. I've done too much of that lately. I have a theory regarding how my car was used. It was sold and registered in Brum, which has the worst airport of any big city. Cramped, 90-degree to prevailing wind. I bet it shuttled between Heathrow and Manchester. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, uh, I usually fly from Birmingham Airport. E39, E60, and E28 join second. Then E34. Newer stuff okay as a daily, but don't burst the zip in my jeans with the pureless power over the old stuff. Yeah, like I don't get the need to have 600 horsepower in a car. Like, it's just a bit ridiculous. Like you say, it's nice as a daily, but yeah, they just don't excite me like an F10 or F90. Hi Georgia, I have a P. Oh, another thing, in my opinion, I think all M cars should be naturally aspirated. Maybe a controversial one, but that's what I think they should be. Hi Georgia, I have a PD130 in a Volkswagen Golf Mark IV. She runs sweet, about 200 bhp. New turbo coming soon. Nice. Anyone know to find out what E number you have? What do you have? I may be able to help you out, Tim. Like, tell me the name, tell me the year and the series of BMW you have. Just emailed the smallest cog. If the show is to be believed, they're not exactly snowed in with work. Are they not actually busy then? Oh, just email. Sorry, I thought you said you just emailed them. Just email. Yeah, so are they not busy then? I mean, if you're talking about, when it comes to TV, it's yeah, if you're talking about TV, I wouldn't believe too much you see on TV. It's on the gas struts on the bonnet. Oh, I thought you was asking about, what your car was. I didn't know you was asking, sort of giving advice. But yeah, that's perfect advice there. If you don't know which series of BMW you have, then check your gas struts. If you're into diesel SUV money pits, how about an Audi Q7 V12 TDI? Not a BMW, but kind of cool and probably painful to work on. Yeah, I would imagine so. Just a quick question, actually, on that point. If I was ever to go over to the dark side and buy something absolutely ridiculous like an Audi or like a Mercedes or like a Volkswagen, would any of you guys watch, or are you just solely here for the BMW stuff? Please, let me know. Be completely honest, because I was sort of going back and forth with this situation when I decided to create the series, which I'm still sort of trying to get moving, which is, of course, the Trading Up series. I was sort of thinking, do I just stay with one manufacturer the whole way through, or do I hopefully try and branch out and do other things as well? But yeah, let me know. Leave some comments. Let me know if you'd like to see other stuff as well. I don't know if my channel's at that point yet, but I feel like I've solely built up my channel on like hardcore BMW fans. But I mean, we're at 53,000 subscribers now, so I'm guessing a few of you guys will be sort of interested in seeing a few of the bits and bobs. E88 randomly loses power when driving. Random lights come on, handbrake, engine light, and start stop. Could be a loose ground somewhere. Loose battery terminal. Check that first. Flag for the win. Interesting, Barry. Hi George, what's your view on a second-hand BMW i3 as a daily for London? To be honest, I'm definitely not the best person to ask. I've never even driven an electric car, let alone worked on one. So I'm definitely not the best person to ask. However, me personally, I would never have an electric car. I get they are good for certain uses. If you're in a city, they're probably great things. They work, they could potentially save you money, although with the price of, electricity at the moment, I don't think you're going to save a whole lot of money buying an electric car, given the fact that they are generally more expensive to buy in the first place. But yeah, with a used car, I don't know, like you could have to replace the battery on them. Like I actually checked, I think about a month ago now or so. I thought, you know what's the cheapest electric car you can buy? So I went on Auto Trader, electric cars. Cheapest electric car you could buy, I think, was a Nissan Leaf. It was around £5,000, £6,000. It said in the description, requires new battery, only holds a charge of around 20 miles. 20 miles. Like, how is that good? Like, you're going to have to probably buy the car for around £5,000 or £6,000. And then you're probably going to have to then buy a new battery or refurbished battery, which I have no idea how much that will be. £10,000? I don't know. So you're basically at this situation that the car's not worth anyone buying, and it's basically just scrap. It's basically very expensive scrap. So yeah, I don't know. I think you have to be careful with electric cars. I mean, obviously when it comes to old combustion engine cars, the engine blows up, you can rebuild an engine for a couple of £1,000s. It's not going to break the bank. And how often does an engine actually just completely blow up? Like, it's pretty unlikely. So yeah, my opinion, I'm not going to be going to electric anytime soon. I'll probably be the last person to ever own an electric car. Saying that, I may be an electric car. I may have an electric car next month. We never know what the future holds, do we? But yeah, right now I have no plans to keep an electric car. Where do we get to? Went off on a bit of a tangent there, didn't we? Stephen H says, "We are here for you, George," or "We are here for you, George." I don't know which way he said that, but I think that was maybe in response to me asking, "Would you like to see other cars on the channel?" Stephen, I appreciate that. That's very flattering of you to say so. I don't really think I'm that interesting without the cars. But yeah, I appreciate what you're saying. And it's good to know that you guys have my back. Hussein Abbas, unfortunately, I don't know what that says. It just looks like a couple of squares to me. Bosch what? Bosch what? Bosch washing machine? I'm all out of drink. Wow. Who knew that talking for an hour straight was so difficult? I would watch Audi S/RS models, or a Golf R series would be cool. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I kind of feel like those sorts of cars have been done a little bit to death. Everyone sort of does the same thing. They put an air filter on it, They then get it tuned, stage 1 tune. They then maybe put a bigger turbo on it. They then get it tuned again. I feel like a lot of people just do the same sort of thing. But yeah, I would say no. Maybe sometime in the future. Mercedes, yes, says Stephen. Okay, if I was to do a Mercedes, it would have to be. It'd have to be a large capacity engine, and it'd have to be something older. I'm not a fan of the newer stuff. Drove a new E series in Sweden, I think a couple of years ago now. I really wasn't a fan of it. Did I just say E series? E class, sorry. 53.9k soon, 54k. Yes, it's crazy. You should get an M156 AMG and manual socket. Old W211 E63 or CLS63. These numbers and digits don't mean a whole lot to me. I don't speak that language. But yeah, I think the 63 is supposed to be a 6.3 litre engine, isn't it? But I believe the newer stuff is fake. It's not even a 6.3 litre engine. All things mechanical, buddy. Okay, so you don't really care too much on the manufacturer of the car. That's good to hear. Hope it should sort of keep my options open. I drive a Land Rover. They was owned by BMW because most of the parts are the same. Yes, that's very true. Land Rover used a lot of BMW's engines. So they used their M47 and M57. They're 2 and 3 litre diesel engines. New battery recently fitted. ABS sensor changed. I think you were saying you was having some battery issues. Or you was having lights flashing on the dash. Have you checked that the battery terminal is tight and is not corroded? I found your content interesting with the BMW cars. Only come across you today, but I am looking at an X5 M50D, but you don't seem to like the X5. Are they worth it then? I'm looking at a 2013 X5 50D. Matt, if you have very deep pockets and you don't mind spending money on a car, fill your boots. Go ahead, get yourself an X5 50D. But just know that they are not going to be good on fuel, and the maintenance costs on them are going to be astronomical. Like, we're talking, you're going to be paying in maintenance costs pretty close to what you'd be paying on, like, a low-level supercar. And I'm not exaggerating here. Yeah, they're not cheap cars to run. So don't think you're going to buy one and, you're just going to have to change the oil on it. It's not going to work like that at all. Oh, by the way, you saved my bacon. Just about to charge my battery on my BMW X3 E83 X-Drive at the rear. So happy I caught or seen your video. Yeah, a lot of people make the same mistake, and it may not catch them on the first time. Everything might seem fine, but it may take a good few times, and then they start to notice that they have a lot of electrical issues. And it's usually when people charge the battery or jump start directly from the battery itself. Everything has to go through the IBS. Are you familiar with the pump fuse diesel engines? With the pump fuse. I don't know what that. Sorry, Barry, I don't know what that question is. George Hubner leased an electric for a month, brand new. Why not try it for the channel? I'm not a fan of leasing, to be honest. I don't really agree with, leasing and getting into debt for cars, but that's just me personally. M57 or N55 335. That's the car for you. Maybe. Yes, any cars we will watch. G. Oh, glad to hear, Stephen. I see zero benefit to an electric car. The most realistic option, in my opinion, if you had to go electric at all, is a diesel hybrid. You know what? You don't see many diesel hybrids, do you? I think there's already plenty of UK bad content on YouTube. Maybe some Jap stuff. Nearly everything is NA except for the newer stuff. You know what? If I had to like give a whole sort of genre of cars that I'm not that massively enthusiastic about, I would probably say the Japanese stuff. I get why they have a massive following. You know, the whole Fast and Furious franchise that's probably done wonders for it. You know, a lot of people are into their drifting and stuff like that. They make crazy horsepower builds, but if I'm being honest, it's just not for me. Is the dots on the map behind where you've been? Oh yeah, well seen. Yes, it is actually. And I'm just thinking, where was the last place I went to? I don't know if I've actually updated it or not. No, I haven't. I need to put one for the Nürburgring. Yeah, that is, yeah, very well observed. That is where I've been. Hi, George. Hope you're good. Thank you, Brad. What about a Toyota LS 400? Yeah, like I said, not really too mad about Japanese stuff. Yeah, I would watch any car you buy. I appreciate that, Andrew. Merck have lied about displacement all along. Like there's the 63s of that era, 2007ish, were actually 2000, 6,208 cc. Newer ones are 5.5 or 4 litre bi-turbo V8, and the latest C63 is a hybrid A45 four-cylinder engine. Try BMW i3. Nah, they don't. They wouldn't excite me. I don't think. It's like you're driving an electric box around. I have a 2009 LCI 530D touring manual M Sport, absolutely unreal. In my last 3 years of my first BMW ownership. Yeah, that'd be an E61. Yeah, top cars. But those AMG 6.2 V8s are awesome engines. They rev to 7,200 start and can be mapped to rev safely to 8K. Sound like thunder. Yeah, they do sound very, very well. They can be supercharged easily as well. Still buzzing after today's draw. I know, like, I was just over the moon. I was like, come on, we've got a draw today. Like, it could have been so much worse, you know. Like, we was 3-0 up, and yeah, like, we deserved a draw today. Over the moon. Google pump dues. It's a high pressure diesel injection system. Not coming up with anything. I will have a look in a bit though. And if you're into supercharged V8s, as always, the Jag. There's hasn't been done to death on YouTube either. You know what? Jags is another. It's not really something that I'll be massively into, if I'm being honest. If I was to do a Jag, it'd have to be like something pretty old and like a classic. Where is your 760 Ally? It's on the drive. It's it's not going anywhere. My lad just bought a Scooby, the only Jap stuff I like. Wanted one, but never got around to it. Now I get to have a play with one. Oh, good stuff. Best of both worlds then. Are you happy with that car? The 760? Yes, very happy with it. Pump dues VW T5. It doesn't come up anything pump dues. I don't know if that's a misspelling or just coming up like vacuum pump. But yeah, guys, I think I'm actually going to wrap things up anyway. Like I've been going for over an hour now. My family's actually here, so probably going to spend a bit of time for them with them. But I also need to tidy the garage up because it's like a bomb's just gone off on there. Yeah, I've been working flat out for the past 3 or 4 days, and yeah, I just chucked everything in and went, I've had enough. But yeah, need to get onto that. I'll do that quickly, and then yeah, probably spend some time with the family. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for participating in the madness. If you have not already done so, again, hit the like button. Thank you to all of you who has done it. Massive thanks to the couple of you who have donated tonight as well. On the super chat / super stickers. Just go over them again. Gainstar, what a legend. And Miroslav Yankovic as well. Thank you to the two of you. Do send still any last comments. I'll try to get to them before we sign off, but I'm going to give it 2 more minutes and then we'll wrap things up. But yeah, like I said, massive thanks to you all and appreciate everything you've been doing. I was brought up as a kid with Jap imports. Yeah, there was a whole sort of, I guess it was like the early 2000s, wasn't it? I think it was the Fast and the Furious franchise that sort of made it popular here in the UK. My front disc need replacing. I think I get juddering when I break an E60. What make of disc do you recommend? Thanks. I mean, there's a load of different manufacturers. There's like there's Pagid, there is ATE, there is Zimmerman. There's loads of different discs. It could actually also be your front control arms as well, the thrust arms. That causes juddering under braking, so worth checking that the bushes are not shot. Evos, Scoobies, Supra, and R32 Skyline. Get Mercedes W123. Pump dues 25,000 plus PSI from tandem pump. You mean the high pressure fuel pump? Classic Jags are great. Old XJ6s are criminally cheap. You can get 400 bhp from them straight 6 engines very easily. Get all the nuts out the turbo. Get all the nuts out of the turbo. Thanks, George. Yes. My father used to import cars from Japan to sell over here in the UK. He had over 13 Toyota Starlet GT turbos and Glanzers. Nice. See you next time, George. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yeah, guys, this is actually going to be the last live stream of the year, more than likely. I don't think I'll be doing another one now. So if I don't see you or speak to you guys before the end of the year, I want to say a massive thanks. It's been an up and down year. Overall, it's been good. I really can't complain and made a whole lot of changes in my life. And yeah, to be honest, I have you guys massively to thank for it. So yeah, much love, massive thanks, and onwards and upwards, I guess. Guys, have a very happy Christmas. You know, spend some time with loved ones, have a bit of a rest, and you know, have a think about what you want to do next year, because yeah, of course, the new year brings a new start for us all, and yeah, hopefully exciting times ahead. So yeah, guys, I'm going to sign off now. Like I said, if you haven't already done so, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.